should probably check the time. Don't want to keep you too long.
Oh, that's okay. I have
Oh,
a
it's
book
only
signing
like
or
15
something
minutes.
in a few minutes, but they can wait. Let the people
Well,
wait.
it's 6 o'clock now. Your book signing's
Sure.
at 6:30?
Right here on this line? 6:30, yes.
Okay,
There you
I
go.
know
You're
that
welcome.
I have 3 questions that I really wanted to ask. You know, in Wake, because I just have to know this, when, I think it was in Wake, when Janie's mother, yeah, it was, she gives her the bail money. She gives her $20, and there's another part where she writes her a note, and she says, like, love, Mom, and it specifically said, if she had thought about it with the $20, she would have realized that something strange was up with that, but she didn't. And then I was kind of waiting to see, like, what was strange, but then it didn't really, so, did I miss something?
No, I think, I've had another person ask me that once, and I think it's more of a reading too much into something. In fact, the reason if you've ever lived with an alcoholic, which I have not, but I actually have some people in my life who really helped me with this, the thing that they all said was, life is very unpredictable. When your parent is an alcoholic, you know, things could be very bad for a long time, and then suddenly, you know, it just depends what the alcohol does, you know, to them, and how they handle that, and just with the whole, their mood swings, and things change like that so often. They're unpredictable is one of the main comments I got from people when I interviewed them to try and get Janie's mom right. And so that's why I threw those little things in there, just because
I like that. I like
to.
the subtlety of that. I was curious about
And
it.
then,
Yeah,
and then of course, you know, when you're used to somebody being a certain way, and then all of a sudden they just happen to be in the good part of their high,
right,
or whatever, that's always a little surprise, you know.
Did you have Janie or any of your characters, have they ever done anything that surprised you, that you didn't expect them to do?
They do that all the time. It makes me so
part
mad.
Of writing. That's my favorite
They never
part.
obey
I love
me.
it when they surprise me.
Yes, they disobey, but it's always fun, and usually it's for, well, I can only think of one time when I erased an entire scene because I went with what the character was deciding to do. So, and usually they're smarter than me, so
That's
we go with
amazing
it.
how that works,
Yes,
isn't
it
it?
is, yeah.
And let's see. I know that before you got Wake published, you really built yourself a platform. You had the MySpace and the Facebook, and I've been on your MySpace, and you have tons of teenage, you know, I mean, they're all teenagers. Mm-hmm. So before you had the name recognition behind you, how did you get all these teenagers to accept your friend request and start talking to you?
Well, for $1,500, I'll tell you. I went to other authors who had books similar to mine, and you know, I knew when my book was coming out, and I think I basically waited until I had a cover at least. And I would leave comments on their pages, and then I also befriended people on MySpace, not on Facebook. You can't do this on Facebook. You can only do it on MySpace, where you befriend people and say, hey, I saw you commented on Ellen Hopkins' page. I'm an author too, and my book comes out in March or whatever, and I just thought I'd say hello or whatever, and you send the friend request and they can say no or whatever, but they don't have to, and if they want to know more about the book, and usually they do, because if they're on MySpace and they're commenting on an author page, they're big readers.
Right.
So that was how I started to build my audience ahead of time, and I would give out other books as giveaways and stuff like that, and I had several arcs before Wake came out, and I held some contests, and I made some little Wake dog tags and some posters, and just got the word out. And actually it was somewhat instrumental in week actually becoming a hardcover rather than a paperback, which is what it was scheduled to be at first. And because one of the big bookstores they like Googled me and saw that I had a lot of followers already for this book that isn't even out yet, and all these people so excited to read this book that they have no idea what it's about, and they saw that and they put in a nice order that was bigger than what they normally would do for a young adult new author. So that was all helpful along the way to do it.
Has it been everything you thought it was going to be, getting published? I know that I have a lot of dreams about that, so you must have too.
Well, yeah, absolutely. It's phenomenal, and it's way more than I expected. But you know, there are good things, and there are amazing things, and then there are things that you know, are totally unexpected. There are some stressful times through the publishing process, and you have to, you know, not only do you don't really get to rest once you've got someone buying your book. That's just when the work begins. So, and then you're writing another book while you're editing the first book, and it just sort of builds on that. But you learn how to do it. You know, you just have to figure it out for yourself, how to actually handle the workload and then go on tour for 5 weeks.
Tour sounds exhausting.
You know, it's getting easier every time I do it. I'm learning how to do some things and be efficient with my time, and learning how to work at the same time.
Carry on back.
I'm doing carry-on. Yep, 12 days carry-on, and I really like it. It's fun.
Do you get to see any of the cities that you're in, or are you just pretty much bookstore to bookstore? Or
it's usually
maybe
a couple of schools a day, and then a bookstore event in the evening, and then I just go back to the hotel and crash. Try to get enough sleep. That's pretty much key. And then, you know, I always have a media escort who drives me around in each city, so they pick me up, and I don't have to worry about getting places,
That's
which
really nice.
Yeah, that would stress me out too, and I'm so happy, and they were wonderful people. They are just fantastic, bookish kind of people who do that job.
Aww.
So it's just fantastic. I love them.
I will wrap it up. I'll let you get ready for your signing.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank
It's
you.
really nice meeting you.
You bet. Thanks for driving all this way. You guys
It's
are
not anything
wonderful.
big, but I didn't pick it up downstairs, and I saw them, and I said, now see, it's going to look like I just got it downstairs, but I didn't. For your birthday.
Oh, yay! Oh, my favorite, peanut butter.